Go ahead.
So, child life specialists, that's what I do in the hospital. We are here to decrease stress for patients. What we do is we use interventions, psychosocial interventions specifically, to meet a patient developmentally where they're at. So if we're working with a 4-year-old patient explaining a cancer diagnosis, we work hand in hand with the family, the nurses, and doctors to come up with a plan that works best for individualized cases with those children. Another thing that we do here in the hospital is we provide a safe environment. So we have these playrooms that are safe areas where kids can just be themselves. Research has shown that kids who are able to play at least a little bit every day have faster recovery times and get out of the hospital faster. So the research is there, and the child life professionals that work in this hospital are certified to provide those needs for the patients and the families. What we do is basically meet patients daily and see where they're at, what procedures they're going to have. We work with the families to come up with plans for impending surgeries, chronic diagnoses. The unit that you saw upstairs, we have about 4 hematology oncology child life specialists who work with families from diagnosis all the way through all of the treatments to the end of either the cancer itself, or if the patient ends up going in another direction, they work with the family through that process as well. So the child life profession is a big part of Schneider Children's Hospital. We've been here since the hospital was created.
Now you're saying also about how volunteers free up you to work with the children and the families.
One of the hardest things for a child life specialist to do is to get out of the playroom so that they can do the bedside clinical piece, which is the reason they're here. A lot of times we have children who are in the playroom, but to be able to meet the needs of everyone, you need volunteers. Volunteers help us keep the playroom safe. They enable child life specialists to meet more patients and to provide more psychosocial interventions. And they also make the hospital run smoother. Having a volunteer is key because it enables you to have an extra pair of eyes and hands helping with patients and families, and it helps keep the hospital running. Without volunteers, we can't really do a lot of stuff here. And if you're interested in volunteering, Aisa Hillebrand is our volunteer coordinator for the Child Life Department. Denise Romero is the head of the volunteer oversight department for LIJ North Shore. So what you would do is contact Denise Romero, and then through her you can get Aisa Hillebrand's contact information. She'll send you a screener, and it goes through all the different types of questions and emotional things that can come up volunteering with children who are not well. So after those processes are met, then you're badged, you go to fire safety lectures, and then you're ready to start helping.
I understand you're also looking for some community volunteers that, have interesting occupations the kids can interview on the closed circuit television.
Yeah, one of the other things that we just started with the Child Life Department is called Me TV, and it's modeled on some of the similar systems that other hospitals have where they broadcast their own types of informational as well as fun broadcasts throughout the closed circuit hospital system. So we are looking for interesting professionals so we can do interviews. We also have bingo that we do, that's pretty popular, and there's also stories and readings that we're doing as well. So it can only grow bigger.